Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
What does Christian mean? Like, who's not a Christian? You go to Christian nations and everyone says they're a Christian. Look how they live their lives. Go into the average church. Is anyone actually fearful of God? Anybody? No. The girls are out on Saturday night drinking and then they turn up to church because their parents made them. Like, there's no substance to the religion.
Yes, everybody, that is a clip from one of the most listened to person on the internet, if not the most listened person on the internet. His name is Andrew Tate. Now, many of you might not have heard of him, and to be honest, I haven't heard of him until just recently. But I've heard about him and about the things he's said over the years, and I can't say I agree 100% with him, but I could say I'm in much more agreement with some of the things he says, or a majority of the things he says. But this one was difficult to hear because it was true, and I don't want to believe it, but what he just said about Christianity was the truth. And to make matters worse, after the way Christianity is appearing and to people, and how people that claim to be Christians are living, this man, the most downloaded man and listened to man on the internet, has publicly confessed his conversion to Islam. And this is nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. The appearance of Christianity is in a downward spiral. And until somebody has a true personal relationship with Yeshua, the one many people call Jesus, they're going to see what this man sees in the reality of what's really happening. And the only thing that's going to overcome the true appearance or the truth of where the Christian church is taking the true ideas of the scriptures today and downgrading them, only with a personal relationship with Yahweh is somebody going to overcome this reality. But the fact is, Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, and it's not because Islam is great or Islam is true. It's because the downward spiral of what the church is teaching about Christianity today. That's the reality of it. If Christianity stuck to, or the Bible stuck to the principles, and the Christian church taught the principles of Scripture and stuck to them, you wouldn't have people that want to be serious about faith running to Islam. But like this man said here, and he's going to say in this next clip, of the reality of Christianity and the way it is today and what's going on with it today. So check this clip out.
And now we have Christianity as an idea, which has basically said, well, we can't set any firm rules because everyone will just quit. So instead, let's make it so easy to be a Christian that nobody has to put any effort in. Yeah. And then accept everybody no matter what. And hopefully we can keep the church doors open. That's not God to me, you know? God to me is strong. God to me is something to be feared. God to me is someone that people are afraid to mock. God to me is someone that you have to go out of your way to prove something to. God to me has red lines. Like, God to me represents the Islamic faith. The Christian God to me, I don't see God. I can't explain. I don't see anything there.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the appearance, or at least the way Christianity is promoted today. And the reason why, people are leaving Christianity for Islam. People that want to be serious about faith. People that want to be serious about this. They're either going to Judaism, which, is just looking for obedience and waiting for the return, or at least the coming of a Messiah, for Islam, which is about obedience, and they say they know who their God is. But then you have Christianity. They say who God is, they say who the Messiah is, but there's no, as this man says, it's true, there's no fear of him, there's no awe of him, and there's no obedience to him. So the way Christianity or the Bible is being promoted today is a false, weak form of something that's just really become a popularity contest. And the fact that many of the things that this man says has such an influence on the world today, because deep down inside is what he's saying is the truth, and it goes so against the popular modern culture today that he has been banned from many parts of the internet. It just tells you, there's two sides to this. There's the internet, Google and YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and social media. And then there's the spiritual side of things that won't go along with that and do not go along with that. Oh, and then we could say the truth of the reality of these things. And if you say these truths, you're going to get banned. But the concern here is, or the reality is, or the concern is the reality that what this man is saying about Christianity is true. And the sad thing is that he hasn't developed a close relationship with Yahweh to overcome that false promotion of what the Bible is really and what Yahweh is. Because just because Christianity is promoting no fear of Yahweh and no obedience doesn't mean we as an individual should not or cannot do that. And this man has made the choice to not do that. So I'm here to say that just because the church is teaching that we could do anything and live any way we want doesn't mean we should go and live any way we want. But I also am letting you know here, this is the reality. Most people aren't taking the words of our Creator on a personal level. They're following it as a whole and looking at what's happening out there. And this is why Islam is one of the most, if not the most, biggest conversion religions where people are going to today. And this is why people are running from Christianity to Christian church. You know, and you know, Christianity wants to promote, oh, you can do whatever you want, and there's no obedience, and there's no laws, and all this stuff. So people might initially come to Christianity for a reason like that. But the reality is that people are looking for some spiritual path, are looking for some spiritual guidance and some spiritual rules and way to live. So you got gay people, you got, you know, people that want to kill babies, and you got all these people that are claiming transvestites and, you know, and all these people that are claiming to be Christians. Well, that's not what the Bible represents. Christianity, what that represents is not what the scriptures represent. And sadly, this man sees what the Bible represents and what Yahweh represents as Christianity. And I said it before and I'll say it again. The Christian church is not teaching the Bible. They're not setting the example of Scripture, and they're not following what Yahweh says to do. And this man, like many others, have made the decision not to be part of Christianity. And Christianity is not biblically based. So there's no fear of Yahweh and there's no obedience to Him. So, you know, I don't blame this man for that, for saying that and believing that, because in essence, what he's saying is true here about Christianity. But I'm also saying that the word of Yahweh is different than Christianity. The Bible is different than Christianity. And until people develop a personal relationship with Him, they're going to keep making the choice of either to come to Christianity, which is not biblical. It's just insane how they're accepting the craziness that they do out there. And then there's the people that want to be serious about faith and religion. Instead of coming to the truth of Yahweh, they're converting to Islam. So we need to set an example and make a choice and let people know that the words of our Creator found in the Bible is not what Christianity is representing today. And we need to let people know about the awe of Yahweh and not about the way the Christian church is promoting things today. So everybody, please keep this man, Andrew Tate, in prayer that he would renounce his decision to go to Islam, and that he would come to the truth of Yahweh. All right, put your comments and questions below, everybody. Have a blessed day. Yahweh be with you all. Shalom, shalom.
Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.